I need you.
Yes.
You need me. We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me. Agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive.
Okay, so how many of you think that you are completely innocent? 100%. See, he got it.
I totally
He
think
got it.
I think I'm supposed to think it.
I think I'm supposed to think it. How many of you think that you are 100% innocent?
Yes.
100%.
Please do not lie. Praise God. Okay. How many of you would like to think that you're innocent?
Yes.
100%. How many of you really believe you are innocent? You believe it?
Yes.
Even though I made bush. Flowers.
How many of you would like to believe in your innocence?
You believe in my
Completely, 100%. Praise God. Thank you. So the question is, for those of us who are well, I wouldn't put myself in that because I think Reverend Daniel would say, what have you been learning all these years? But anyway, for those of us who find it difficult to think or believe that we're innocent, the question would be, what is actually holding you back from that belief? Feel free to respond. This is not a one-way.
Yeah, Karen said we're born in sin.
Okay.
I guess where my challenge is, I have a different interpretation of what innocent means.
Yeah.
If you could clarify.
All right. What is your interpretation of innocent?
My interpretation is innocent like a child, which I think you're kind of alluding to. I mean, you're kind of getting it. I used the wrong word.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of innocent like a child is what I see.
Okay, so you don't think you're as innocent as a child?
Well, no. I've been tainted.
All right.
Huh?
Tainted in what way?
Well, just thoughts. How you brought up with being taught certain thoughts, and this is how it is, and cynicism. Yeah.
It's not all rosy and
Right. I'm not too cynical, although I have the inner talk inside that is cynical, what I was brought up with, although there's a bigger part of me that knows better.
Right.
So I have a challenge with that.
Okay. Everybody else relate to that? Can anyone
Yes.
else? Okay. You want to add something?
Yes, I particularly came from an abusive home, and I was
Yeah.
hit every day, being told that I was always doing something wrong. So it's taken years to
So,
undo this.
so in that respect, you think you're not innocent? Based on that.
I feel that I am innocent. I am just untangling all of these wires that are meshed
Okay.
together.
Okay.
And I know that through the help of Sacred Light, and now I'm in the ministry, that I will finally come out of the light as an innocent in my consciousness.
Fair enough. Did you want to add something? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I guess the word innocent, I guess it's just semantics, because I do believe in the essence of what you're saying. I just think the word innocent, there's like an implication of helplessness, and it's sort of, I was taking the word like it was, I guess sort of denying all of the spiritual experiences that have led me to be here and to understand what I do, whether it was past lives or eternity or whatever.
Okay.
I really had a hard time with the adults. Even when I was a kid and a kid died and they go, that baby wasn't baptized, they're going to hell. I'm like, how can a baby go to hell? I mean, to this day, I'm like, how can you say a person is born in sin?
Okay.
And that, it's like over and over again, no, you have to repent, you have to be saved because you're born in sin. So if you're born in sin, how do you ever get out? Because as you're growing up, I'm creating my
Okay, so
sin.
that's the old theological way of thinking.
It's finally to get rid of it, I had to take the word sin out of my life. There is no sin. But the only sin is not loving myself well. I'll take that from Course in Miracles.
Okay.
But it's hard to do it
Okay.
every day and not be judgmental of others and myself.
Okay, I'm coming back to you on that. Yes.
The way that I'm working with being innocent is it's the opposite of being guilty. So it's not being, like the child doesn't know anything, but it means I'm not guilty. I'm innocent.
Now that Daniel said it, now it all makes sense.
All right.
But honestly,
Yeah.
if you're gonna, I mean, I'll speak for myself only, and only because I've been
Yes,
aggressive.
please relate to as it relates to you.
Only because I've done so much work in this ridiculous church that I'm totally thinking like another person now, you know? I'm like beyond normality probably.
Praise God.
But the good news is, when I'm feeling guilty about something or bad about something, it happens a lot, but with the help that I do with work here and deep meditation and some other spiritual practices and, well, therapy years ago.
Therapy
Yeah,
helps.
sometimes that's necessary. I've freed myself of having to blame myself for everything, and that's where I feel innocence
God.
comes in. You know, whether it be in relationships, at work, you make mistakes, you're innocent,
Right.
you learn, and you're innocent in God's light if you believe in that thought wave, and there's something beyond yourself that's shining in it. When you can feel innocent, you can then be free to heal and amend and be at peace and learn and grow with the people that maybe you feel you are not innocent with or you'd like to be. That's my personal.
Okay, praise God. Did you want to add something?
Oh, it's kind of not in trouble, but my interpretation was also the opposite would be guilt. But the reason why I didn't think I was completely innocent is because I feel that denies myself from any ownership when I do make mistakes.
I agree with that. I agree with
Okay.
that.
I don't want to just get a get out of jail free card or
I
I feel like it's a cop out to not take any ownership.
Why would it feel like a cop out?
Because if you deny yourself lessons learned, you can't grow from it.
Okay. All right.
Guilt and responsibility are two different things.
Yeah.
That's true
Guilt
too.
puts a judgment and
I
an
can understand
energy
what you're
of
talking about.
badness.
Responsibility.
And responsibility is being able to respond to the situation with the additional information of
Yeah.
what you've learned in the
And
instance.
that's more constructive.
Okay.
Thank you.
It is instructive.
Well, I think it's really an eye-opener to see how different the interpretation of innocence is. The regular way of seeing it would be as innocent as a child who knows absolutely nothing, or, innocent without having formed any preconceived ideas of the world or judgments about what goes on and what does not go on. And I guess the other aspect of it would be innocent as God created you.
Yeah.
There is no in-between. Okay? You are innocent because God created you innocent, without fault, without error, without guilt. There is no other explanation of what innocence is. See, the other explanation is what the world's taught us to think about ourselves. I have to take responsibility for my actions. I'm a cynic. Oh, I've been tainted by the world. I can't be innocent. I have knowledge of what a man is and what a woman is. Therefore, I'm tainted. Oh, Adam and Eve ate the apple and they have knowledge, so they're tainted. That is the old way of thinking. That is the stories that have been taught from generation to generation to generation, suppressing us, making us feel that this form is all there is. But if you understand who you are, what you are, where you come from, then you understand that you are totally 100% innocent at all times.
Amen, amen.
And there is nothing to atone for. Now that doesn't mean that, go out there and kill somebody. I'm innocent. I don't have to do that. I wouldn't advise you to do that because there are laws in this world. But the fundamental aspect of you as a human being and a spirit is a being who is innocent, a being who is deserving of happiness and joy and prosperity, a being who is always forgiven, for there is nothing to forgive. Are you with me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Does that ring true with any of you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so when you look at it that way, the question you ask yourself Why do I choose? If I am innocent, why do I choose to deny myself? Why do I choose to deny myself a happiness that is mine? Why do I choose to deny myself the joy that has been given to me so freely? Why do I choose to deny myself the prosperity and the freedom that comes with being free, with being innocent, with being deserving? Any answers? I knew the hand was coming.
What's the question? Sorry, can you repeat it? Thank you.
If we have established that you are innocent, totally 100% innocent, regardless of whatever, why would you choose to deny yourself of all the joys and all the gifts and all the blessings and love and abundance and happiness and freedom that comes with that? But he raised the other. But we're gonna make it really quick.
Yeah, very super quick. The word that popped into my head was guilt.
Thank you.
Fair.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Fair.
Shane. Okay.
Pretty deeply programmed.
All right. So now what you need to do is to wipe that disc clean
Yep.
completely.
Yep.
And it's going to take work. It's not going to be easy. I mean, I'm standing here speaking and telling you this, but it's not easy because I've seen it in my own life. I mean, I'm still working on my stuff.
Your stuff.
Okay? Because we have stuff.
Amen.
And it's like when you feel that you clean the slate out, it's like there's more stuff coming in. You're like, where is it coming from? And where is it coming from? It's coming from the belief that I am guilty. I am not innocent. So you may sit here and tell me, I believe I'm innocent and I think I'm innocent, but look at the life you're living and tell me, does your life reflect a life of total innocence, a life of freedom, a life that's guilt-free? And if it is not, then you're obviously not believing in the fact that you're totally innocent, therefore you are deserving to receive all things. You with me so far?
Yes.
You're right there.
So you need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what's going on. And I was trying to work, hey, she knows her. It's not easy.
It's fun.
I'm not going to sit here and BS you and tell you it is easy because it's not easy. I do emotional release almost every day. I broke one of my chairs from doing emotional release. And for those of you who are not familiar with this particular style of emotional release, it is taking a pillow and a chair and hitting it with all your anger, all your aggression, all your words and all the frustration and all the disappointments and all the blah, 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 blah. It keeps coming up. And allowing yourself to feel.
Yep.
Because we live in a society where it's not right to feel.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
But you have to feel.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I feel so heavy with guilt. And so you're right, you just have to be able to
You need
purge
to,
that.
you have to find a way
Just
to release it.
accumulates. Yeah.
You know? If you're going to hit the chair, if you're going to cry, if you're going to shout, if you're going to go out on the street. I mean, sometimes I'm out on the street and I'm like talking to myself. And I'm like, I really don't care. I'm going to do whatever I need to do
Release.
to get myself back into that space.
You're in the right city.
And I think a very important element in doing this kind of work is to learn how to forgive ourselves.
Yes.
Amen to that. That is part of it. You have to forgive. Because that's why we're coming, it brings us back to you are totally 100% innocent. And I would like for you, when you go back home, for those of us who are not quite where Reverend Daniel Newsom is, because he is the person I measure myself against. You know, you choose somebody, and I'm sorry, Reverend Daniel, I'm sorry, I hope I'm not embarrassing you, but I use him as my gauge, or the person I look up to, because I see all the stuff that he goes through in life. And he's a minister, he's been in this for years, and he's a teacher, but he goes through things, and he's very, very open about the process he goes through. He teaches it as well.
Yes.
So I look at him and I'm like, if he's able to do this and he is at the spiritual level where he is right now, I can do it too.
Absolutely.
It's the
You
work.
know, I'm not going to sit down and whine about it. I'm not going to sit down and say someone else should dictate how I should think about the world. I'm going to sit down and say, what do I want to do with my world? What do I want to create for myself? How do I go about creating it? I have to believe 100% I'm innocent. There is no guilt. There's nothing to atone for. There's nothing to forgive because everything's already been forgiven.
Yep. Yep.
I have to believe that I deserve to receive every single thing. Every single thing.
And more.
If someone
And
is
more.
and more. Now I have people who tell me, oh, you know, you should be grateful for what you have because in some countries they have less. I understand that. And I acknowledge that we all created that situation. It's not outside of ourselves. But I also acknowledge that the sooner I get my act together and the sooner I have everything that I need, the sooner things are going to be better over there. I stop creating that lack and limitation over there.
Yep.
But it has to start here.
Yep.
Amen.
Exactly.
It has to start here.
It's a foundation.
I can't travel over there and give them 1,000 or 1,000,000 or whatever. Even if you do, it's never going to solve the problem.
Exactly.
But I can start with me.
That's right.
Yes.
I can start with me and accept my innocence and my deservingness and let go of all the guilt and create the world I want. First within my immediate control, and then it becomes a catalyst, a trigger effect for others.
Yes, yes,
1,
yes.
2, 3.
Yes, yes.
Now I acknowledge that in my lifetime, this present lifetime, it might not happen the way I want it to. That is the world becoming what I want it to. But I do believe that whatever I do, whatever changes I make in my life, whatever corrections of the old programming I do right now, it's going to have effect for the next generation and the next generation. And one day, if I choose to come back to this world, I'm going to come back to a perfect world, the way it needs to be.
Okay.
It's not. Some people will say, oh, you're naive. It's not being naive. The cynical part says, oh, yeah, right, tell another one thing. I'm like, yeah, it is possible.
It is
It is.
It is
Yes,
possible.
yes, yes,
absolutely possible. This is very.
And I choose to believe in that.
Yes.
So I'm going to start with myself, and I'm going to let go of all those guilts. And I'm not going to let go of all those little chatters and that little voice there that never keeps quiet. I'm going to let go of that as well.
Absolutely.
And though, you know, we have been taught a different thing, I'm willing to wipe that slate clean. I'm willing to wipe that disc clean, and I'm willing to reprogram everything
Yes.
Yep.
with a new teaching,
Yes. Yes.
with the truth.
Yep.
Yes? I guess my charge for you today is to go home and think about what we all discussed here today. Don't just go home and toss it out the door and get into your frantic lifestyle and get back into that same old, same old. But please go back and think about it, really think about it. See, sometimes people say to me, I don't believe God would choose to make us suffer so, or God would choose to make innocent children die, or God would choose to do this. God did not choose anything.
Absolutely.
We make the choice.
That's right. Yes.
We have the ability to make it happen. So when you go home, please think about what you're choosing. Are you choosing the innocence? Are you choosing the deservingness? Are you choosing the freedom that comes from letting go of that sack of guilt? Or are you going to choose to pick it all up and just carry on as before? And then at the end of your life, you look back and you think, God, I never really lived. The choice is yours. I know what I'm choosing. I'm choosing my freedom now. I'm choosing to live. I'm choosing to say yes to my innocence.
Yes.
I'm choosing to let go of the guilt.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm choosing to move forward and start my life anew.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Woo!
Sacred Light Fellowship, you can visit our website, and please do visit our website at www.sacredlightfellowship.org. I'd love for you to visit my website at www.danielnewsom.com. The phone number for the Sacred Light Fellowship is 212-564-2272. And may God bless you in every way and on every level. Have a great evening. Good night.
We're all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. You are important to me. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. Y'all know this. I was going to invite you to sing it, but you already started singing it, so just go